Freddie Mac. Dan's 30 years got our way, trading life and markets every day. Rusty's chained to the mines, digging deep day by day. But when Option Omega releases new features, he's free to come out and play option. Omega, you're trading home, where every move makes you feel less alone.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Good morning. Good morning.
You guys ready to party today?
Ready to party every day. We live through FOMC. We're still here.
Yeah.
I hate this. I hate the stock market so much.
Yeah. It's
not a person, so I can hate it.
Oh my God. What happened, Troy?
Nothing. I just hate it. I
just
I didn't. It was fine. I made money yesterday. It's fine. I just don't. This is my least favorite time in market kind of structures where we are just stuck for a minute. And because you have this big giant move and then call it gamma, call it whatever you want to call it, everybody just gets stuck.
Indigestion, market indigestion.
Yeah. Little market indigestion.
I mean, I just looked, futures are down like 20, 25 points. I looked
Matt,
they were up 25 points.
They were up 25 points. That's what I'm saying. It's like, it just is like, it's not even, it's hard to even scalp it, honestly, because you have to base your idea around it like it's stuck. Otherwise, you just, because you have to get in.
You have to base it around it.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. I mean, I've tried to set my bar in life really low, and I've always excelled because of that. And the way I look at the market right now is just, it's stuck. I mean, because here's the thing. This is the thing I think about. 7,000 is a really big mental number.
Big number. Yeah. 6,000 didn't really, like 6,000. We were there for a little while, but we weren't at 6,000 that much, were we?
But I feel like as you approach the end of the year, that kind of matters a little bit more. Like, what number are you at? Are you going to end 2025 in the sevens or the sixes?
Yeah,
6, 7, as the kids say. I don't know.
And I was just looking, when you think again, I keep thinking of the 2 previous years we were up 20%, right? And the fact that this has a shot, right, at being up 20%.
Yeah,
right?
we're up 17 now, Dan.
Is it 17? Wow.
17 in the SPX. I'm looking at 12 in IWM.
Yeah. 17
in SPX and almost 25 in the Qs.
Yeah, that is astounding for a and it's just you want to, and I think if you think, what is the attitude of quite a few traders? It's like, you want to fade it. You want to have the contrarian and say, this is ridiculous, but it's been standing the test of time, right? It's like, it's been pretty strong. So we'll have to, that's why I think as trader, you trade what's in front of you, or you trade what the back test is, and you just go with it. You don't try to understand necessarily why, right? I used to love when I worked with the Nigerian brothers, I just have to get one of these in the pits. And I remember
you were in the pits?
I was in the pits. We didn't have a great world-class back testing tool. See, I can get those both in for Tom Lee.
But I know you guys thought soccer sucked.
Oh yes, we did. We did. Yeah. We did. But you would have Dow Jones, News Service, Reuters would call up
a
lot of the traders, and just because they needed a reason, right? You couldn't say, it didn't sound good. The market's down because it was up 4 days in a row, or, we've been up quite a bit and we're going down. Or no, you had a reason, and they would call up, and, we didn't know any more than they did why the market in most days, why it was up, but they needed a reason. And I still get tickled when you read why the market went up. I mean, sure, you can see like, okay, Microsoft is a decent part of the S&P now, and what percent is the XLK? Is that like 37% now of the sector of the SPX?
I don't know. That's a good question.
I'm sure it's a lot. I'm sure it's ridiculous.
I mean, that is obviously that's a big, you look every day, XLK, it's like every day the last 2 weeks, XLK up 1%, XLK up 1.5%. Most of the other sectors, nothing.
Yeah, like about 35%, according to the AI Google overlords.
Well, see, but that's what
AI Google overlords.
But that's what got me yesterday, is because I expected at 4 to have some movement. I expected to kind of break out of this a little bit because of Meta and Microsoft, and they both dropped quite a bit right at the close. I mean, Meta's down 1%.
Didn't Google have a bullish though?
Google's up.
This is the problem. When you get one that just outperforms,
one wise guy that
Google's
takes
up 8,
it just pulls it up. I know, but like Google really let me down. But Meta, Meta's down. Meta's had some spicy earnings in the past.
Oh yeah.
Yes.
Meta has made some little widowmaker. It's the natural gas of the Mag 7.
Yeah. Hey Troy, volatility guru as you are, do you remember what did when the SPX was at the lows of the day yesterday, which was, not a ton, right? Did VIX, do you remember how high VIX got? Or
VIX stayed in $1 range, so wherever we were at the base.
So it never got higher than.
Well, and shout out to chat. Stephen V made the point, and I looked and I'm like, that can't be right. We're down almost 30 points in futures. VIX is down still from close.
Yeah, it's like I'm not interested. It's like VIX is like, don't bother me yet.
Not great for DCs. If you have some DCs on, I'll tell you ahead of time.
I have not even cracked it open.
It's fine. It's fine. I can save you some time. Yeah, I mean, Netflix has made some widows of people during earnings. Dan, I mean, you've done so much through the years. Have you ever had someone? What's crazy about earnings, everyone is on the same kind of like workflow with like FOMC and things like that. But like earnings are funny because you'll get like one guy that's like just broken inside, and you're like, "What happened?" You're like, "I played Meta." I'm like, "What?" Did you ever have any traders who like they considered their specialty earnings?
Not. I mean, we're more range bound, and earnings to me have always been it's a spec move, right? Even if you do, let's just take one strategy. I mean, we have people that are good at, get pretty good at it. One particular fellow, Amit, very good at, he does more contrarian approach. But when you think about just one thing that comes in mind, I know Tom Sosnoff would do a lot of sell strangles in a lot of these earnings things. And I think it's fine. You can get twice the expected move or more on iron condors or strangles. But the problem is, well, what size do you do? Here's a binary event. Anything can happen. You have to size it much smaller than you would an SPX trade because anything crazy can happen. I mean, there's been a couple stocks this week that moved. I forget what it was yesterday. It was like way over 2 times the expected move. If you did some kind of normalcy size, whatever, on an iron condor, you got your clock clean because you can't, so it's people. I've always was tickled with people would say, well, volatility's high coming into earnings, but it's a reason, right? You have, there's people forget that part of it, right? Sell when the vol's high, but not when there's a binary event coming up. I think that negates a lot of the volatility, right? And, it's just not work. I mean, I think it's fine, but I just think the sizing's a problem, right?
Sizing's a problem.
Yeah, because you have to assume you could lose everything on a earnings type event. because you can't, even if you wanted to adjust, you really can't till it opens. At least if you have an SPX trade on and you have an iron condor, theoretically, you could adjust, right?
Yeah.
Most of you can do something, but
Yeah.
earnings is a different. It's quite a ball game. I think if
Yeah.
you're doing earnings, you use a vertical debit spread or something, take a direction, you go for the homer. That you trade very, very small, right? Maybe just a small percentage of your normal trade. I think that's the way to do. Using maybe vertical debit spreads, using directional butterflies, put a couple $100 on the table.
Yeah.
That makes sense. But,
Yeah.
to sell a lot of premium around earnings, I'm not saying it doesn't work, but again, the sizing, I think, is a huge issue.
I think that's exactly right. I think it's like a casino. I mean, you go in, and if you want to risk 20 and have some fun, do it. But if you think you're going to make a living out of it, good luck to you. Speaking of a guy who thought he was going to make a living from it, you guys remember this one? My Microsoft earnings DC?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So I thought I'd show this. Now, this isn't going to update because if you look at your brokerage, Microsoft's not updating ahead of time. The Greeks aren't going to update, pre-market. And so, but when this opens, I'm interested to guess. I'll put it in the OO Show discussion channel on Discord because I want to take a screenshot of this on the open. What do you think? We're at 529 in Microsoft right now, okay? So the short strikes were 530. What do you think this is going to open at?
You said the stock will be at 529?
Well, that's where we're at right now. Who knows where it could be in 30 minutes, but
yeah.
Let's assume it was around 529.
And this expires tomorrow, right?
Yeah, expires tomorrow.
Well, I mean, you wanted it at your, again, it's the thing, you want it at 530, which is your short strike. That's good, right? So that's good. But we're not at it's not tomorrow at the end of the day yet, right? So and that's number one. Number two, what's the volatility of your long strikes going to be, right? Your
That's
long,
right. Well,
which is 8
8
days out. That's really the issue. Is this graph isn't representing, right, how much the volatility of your longs will go down now that the news is out. I would guess you'd be down. Well, down a bit, wouldn't you say? You definitely have to be down a bit, wouldn't you think? Because the vols are going to, I don't know until you see, because there's still, what do you got? You still got 2 full days of trading yet.
Yeah.
So I don't know what they're going to do. We'll have to see how much they take out of the volatility now that the news is out.
Well, if you remember, and I could go back and look at this. We were at 60-something% vol as a cumulative yesterday. Okay. So the question, and we're much closer. You remember, if this was double, so this actually right now gives me indication to think we actually might be okay. It might be break even. It might actually be okay.
Right. Right.
Because that we can live with that. What we don't want is like this followed by like this. We don't want that. So I'm interested to see how this plays out, and we will do some screenshots, and we'll probably do some posts on it a little bit, maybe tomorrow on the show, but not much because, Matt, we have a very special show tomorrow. I mean, do you want to
special show tomorrow? Got to get out of costume,
That's
maybe.
Melissa, my wife, has told me what costume to wear. I said it's too scary. It'll scare the guys. She said, do it.
Costumes optional, volatility mandatory.
That's right. So, Matt, how is the trading this week? I mean, how is automation?
Smooth. I mean, great. I had just my normal slate. I try not to overthink it. In the past, FOMC's usually a pretty good week. So I'm looking at, as just now as we're talking, I'm checking on a couple of my trades. I've got a few, maybe 3 that kind of are going to go from green to red this morning on the vol / delta action. But I'm not too worried. I got time on all of them actually. So we'll see. I have no idea. If we go back up 20 points, they'll all look very different. If we go down another 20 points, they will probably look different as well.
The transformation.
What are we at right now? Let's see. We're down 30. So the
transformation of Matt, his trading, his trading personality has been the most astounding thing I've ever seen in my life.
Why?
Because Matt used to check. Matt used to be a checker.
Well,
talk about a guy who has full confidence in automation.
I do.
Listen to this man just be like, I don't even check. I don't care.
So I can just speak to this for a quick second. The journey for me was a journey from ignorance, where I started, to understanding. And then when I got a level of understanding, trying to manage it too much. And now I have trust in the tool. So not that I want to be ignorant, I want to manage my understanding with just a level of dispassion that I'm still trying to achieve.
You're trying to climb the mountain.
Listen, I had one of the worst things probably in retrospect that can happen when you start trading options, which is I started trading options right before COVID. And so I saw, and I was just buying puts and calls. And I ended up buying at the time, and still now, a significant amount of leaps calls in the bottom of the market at the end of March 2020. And that was luck. And I guess you could say it was courage, because I bought it when the market was down like crazy. But I bought like leaps on about 20 different companies in non-zero size. And as the market came back, I was like, oh, these things doubled. Oh, these things went up 4x. Oh, these things went up 10x. And I just thought, oh, that's how options go. And then I had GameStop in early 2021. And I was just like, oh, this is how this thing goes. And what I realized is, no, that's not how it normally goes. And so after a couple of years of really learning it, now I'm just like, it'll do what it'll do. But it's fine. The week was fine. I was up huge earlier this month, and then had a really ugly week. This week has been good, but the week's not done yet. So who knows? Who knows? These moments in time are just arbitrary measuring points. You have to have them. So I usually just measure at the end of the month. So
trying to climb the mountain. Dan I was thinking about this the other day. With a VIX of 17, a historic rise in VIX, which is joking. It's nothing. But what was like as a teacher? Like, what was the scariest moment for you teaching? Like, as far as crashes, I have to imagine 08 was pretty rough.
Yeah. 08. Yeah. I think you're right, Troy. I think 08. I remember that. I forget what was that. Was the the theme of that one? That was the collapse of the banks and all that.
Yeah, 08 was the financial.
08. Yeah, and I think just when you start seeing that kind of craziness, you just kind of get on the sidelines and kind of wait till things kind of calm down, right? It's like the COVID thing. I think people with high volatility, it's, you don't, you say, do you like high volatility? You say, yes. But then you say, okay, well, what gives you high volatility? The market getting hammered. So ideally what you like is you like high volatility with some stability that the world's not going to end, right? Because so it's like in the just speaking of like iron condors, were you looking at iron condors in the COVID? Not until you want to do it when maybe, oh, that's my voice. But that's like when the volatility, you don't want to do it at 80. I'd rather do it, sell volatility in the COVID thing at 50 when the market has stabilized. Does that make sense? Because
Yes.
it's like, unless you're scaling and selling puts or something like that, but I wouldn't normally,
Yeah.
I think that's where people
You
mess
talk.
up, is
You
they
talk.
just
Yeah.
sell Mortimer. Yeah.
You talk about the mountain. You talk
Yeah.
about the mountain. Matt's on the mountain. Matt's saying, "Hey,
I'm not on
any day, we trust the back test. Like we're on this, and we just trade the plan. This is what you just heard was a man who's traded the plan for a long time. So much so
That's
that
true.
when we say 2008 crash, he says, "What was that again?" Because he just trades the plan.
Yeah.
Like that's where most people are like, 2008 was a big, huge deal.
Yeah, they
But
made
if
a
you're-
movie about it.
But if you're trading and you're just trading the plan, it's like it is what it is. And so like, shout out Dan again. But
No, Troy, I would say, in teaching for 20 years or whatever, the biggest thing with students is they don't follow many of them have a good plan, but they don't follow human nature. And I'm included, we're all following the plan. And so that's excitement with automation is, it has very good risk management, and yours does, the Options Omega tool. And so if it has the risk management, which is the missing link, it'll do it, right? Whereas, how many students, I have is like, not only will they, I guess you could have this problem with automation, right? You could, when you have a rough week, what I'd love to know is, how many people have you guys seen, okay, it's a rough week on trading, which people have.
Yeah.
How many turn off the automation? Now that would be,
Well, so I can speak to this a little bit. Part of what's changed this year for me is we've had the tool for 2025. And I talked a little bit about my journey of that. Like I traded options successfully for 20, 21, 22. We launched in 22. And so before then, Dan, I was what you would call strictly discretionary. But in retrospect, it was mostly luck in a bull market. Like everybody's a genius. And like, I could tell you guys stories of selling CSPs on stocks that I was like, oh, this is, I'm going to sell 100 CSPs on this stock.
well,
And I'm fine owning it at this amount. And then you do the math and it's like, oh, that's 10,000 shares. That's a huge amount of this stock.
yeah.
Like, do I really want to own that? I just didn't know. And where I'm going with this is even like maybe we launched in 2022. It took me a while to get the whole mechanical thing down, learned to trust the back tests, but automation really was the missing link for me to stop chasing my back tests. And what I mean by that is I still work on them. I still try to make them better, but the changes are more minor and I'm not swapping out 3 new trades every month. And so now I used to have this, I'm not trading as well as the back test because of manual execution. And I'm also changing my back tests constantly. So I'm chasing a portfolio that I'm never trading. And now I'm just not really chasing the portfolio anymore.
Yeah.
And that's been because of automation. And so like yesterday, I had a trade that was up an unreasonable amount early, and it was up 40%. And I was like, it had only been on a day. It shouldn't be up that much. I jumped into the modeling tool. I looked at it in the model. I ran 3 back tests of different take profits, and none of them made the back test better. And so I just left it on, and I looked at it today and it exited for less than 40%. It was still profitable, but there's nothing to, I'm not going to do anything about it. It was, maybe I can run a back test now in the future on F1C days. Does this trade do better? And I probably have enough data points to I've got probably 30 or 40 data points to make a conclusion on those days. Maybe I'll do that. But the combination of that of automation and now, which is a lot of what I do, or multi-day trades, multi-day butterflies, or multi-day condors, long and short, mostly long for me. you can kind of put it together. But I'm serving up a Yappuccino this morning. Troy, you got some pictures to look at?
Not yet. I love this. I love that. Hey, tell him.
Listen, Damien, I'm a Padawan. And I do, this does remind me, I need to get my costume ready for tomorrow. So I need to put new batteries in the lightsaber. Spoiler alert. I'm a Padawan. Rusty's the Grandmaster. Troy's what you would call a gray Jedi. There's a little bit of halt management in his force. There's a little bit of it.
Who
Is
gets
that fair,
that?
Troy?
Whoever gets that dark saber. I'm all about
the dark
that.
saber. I've got one in the basement.
Listen, I think, I don't know enough about Star Wars to know. I as long as I'm not Jabba
I
the
do.
Hutt,
It's okay.
as long as I know I'm not Jabba the Hutt.
You're
well,
not.
You've specialized in the newer ones, right?
No, I specialize in the old ones.
Okay.
Listen, I specialize in the era. If you go back and read Star Wars comics in the 1990s, you may see a letter to the editor from me in one of those comics. I'm just saying.
Listen,
I'm just saying.
One more thing. Melissa, my wife and I watched the show last night, and I got triggered because of one thing that just keeps showing up in shows that I don't like, that I'm not going to say what. And my wife had to listen to an epic rant by me for about
Congratulations to her.
Congratulations to Melissa. Yeah.
And it's a rant that you guys would all appreciate. I think the two of you would like, and it's a two of ones that I've probably learned from being with the guys. But anyway, Star Wars was included in that, particularly some of the newer Star Wars.
This is a separate podcast, but you guys just let me know when you want us to do that one.
All right, listen. Well, we're in the bottom of the range, but we're the range according to what? So this is the overnight action, right?
Okay.
These lower coast letters.
Yeah.
You'll notice on any given day. What's funny about this stuff is that there's patterns, right? And what I like about this stuff is it's not contrived patterns. This is literally the price action, right? And I'm not making fun of contrived patterns. Like if you have a moving average, you can definitely see some patterns around moving averages and volume weighted, price and things like that if you want. But this is literally just price action. This is literally just the auction of the market. And so 69.53 looks like the top overnight. We're approaching the bottom of the range. Yesterday's range, when Powell was speaking, we've got about 15 points to go. I'm just going to be honest, and I could be completely wrong, and who cares what I think, really? But, it's a content show, so I'll say it. I would be shocked if we break out of this range, yesterday's range. Like, I would be pretty surprised if we don't end today. We might break out of it, but I would be shocked if we don't end in this range right here.
Yeah.
So the lower end of the range is basically right where we're kind of at 68 in the future, 68.
Yeah, about 14 points lower.
About 14 lower. Oh, okay.
Yeah. So, and we could get there. We could test it. But I would be kind of shocked if we don't end up, honestly, somewhere around here. That would be my thought. Am I going to put a lot of bets on it? No, because I, too, trust the back test. And so
you are a Jedi.
I don't really care about this on any given day, although there's some specific days I do care about it. So
Troy, we got two
you're
more
Qui-Gon, Troy.
Dan, we have what?
The two biggies tonight: Apple and Amazon after the close of trading, and then what was the China thing? What was it that they
probably tariffs?
They made a deal, something to do with the what's it, the mineral or what the
rare earths or raw earths?
Something
maybe?
I have no idea what that is, but it's
well, nobody knows what raw earths are, so
Yeah, I agree. So I think it probably could resolve itself tomorrow, but today, because of that, that's actually added fuel to the let's stay in a range today. Is Apple.
Guys, what's super interesting, we've got a special show tomorrow.
Yeah.
I went to Twitter. Yeah, John, rare earths. I'm making the joke because they were talking about raw earths a while ago, and rare earths, which are misnamed, they're not even that rare, but whatever. I was just looking on Twitter, Dan, to answer your question about what happened. And the first thing I saw is Bessent, the Treasury Secretary, right? Is that his position?
Yeah.
Talking about uranium, or talking about nuclear. And so my mind, of course, went to uranium. That's what I'm thinking. And like, guys, this is not normally the show we do, but with modeling, it's like we could pull up a chart here and look at some plays with it. I don't know if that's something you guys would ever like to see. Drop a note in the chat if you have any interest in seeing any kind of off the reservation plays like that, or just, we'd just be modeling it. It's tough to backtest Scott Bessent talking about nuclear developments and how that pertains to uranium, but we do know options, and we do have a world-class modeling tool. And by the way, you should check out the show tomorrow. Might just be interesting. If that's ever something you'd be interested in seeing, just, let us know. Maybe we do a few minutes of modeling a day of non-backtested things. I don't know. What do you guys think?
Yeah. Well, we started that yesterday, or day before with Rut.
Great timing.
Yeah. And Rut is one that we're not going to backtest. And I gave them the reasons, and I gave you your flowers, to be honest. If you go back, you'll hear the show. About where I give Matt his flowers about backtesting Rut. But we can certainly model Rut. And
yes.
Yeah. So, and that's fun. I like Rut. Rut's like an old uncle that you kind of like, he went off the reservation for a little bit, but you see him at a Christmas party, you're like, man, I missed you, Uncle Rut.
You can't fully trust his volume, but he's always a party.
And it's like trading a stock in a way. I mean, we have stocks that are $2,000, right? Like Rut. Oh, one quick thing. We brought up rare earth, and it made me think, just because I'm quite a bit older than you two, and there was a rock band back in the 60s. I don't know if anybody's old enough here in the chat remembers Rare Earth. I think they did a song called Get Ready, and they did others, but they had a little bit.
They rock a little bit?
They rock a little bit. Rare Earth. I don't know why I remember that. Is there anybody? I don't know if there's anybody over 60 in the chat that remembers a band by the name of Rare Earth.
I mean, obviously Earth, Wind, and Fire was a huge part of all of our lives.
Oh yeah.
And I never got into Earth, Wind, and Fire. Shout out Pink Floyd, the greatest band of the 70s and maybe the 80s.
Low bar for the 70s.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
People, I mean, as far as guitar rock, there's a lot of people who would take a different side of that. The 80s is by far a little bar.
I'll fight him any day.
80 for the 80s?
No, I'll fight him. I'll just skip 70s and 80s and go straight to the 90s, just in general. Yeah, wow. You can find a few things. But listen, 60s and 90s, and
that's it.
Well,
just another podcast.
Well, listen, two things. We've got so much work ahead of us for this special Halloween show tomorrow. Yeah. Guys, listen, if you've ever wanted to see Matt and Dan and I look like vampires, tomorrow's your day. So we got to work on that. And two, I don't know what's happening to my camera, but it looks like something's on fire behind me.
You have a lens flare. It's for Halloween.
Is that the comet? Is that the Atlas comet?
Wow.
I think it's JJ. I think JJ Abrams is directing your.
I like it.
It's beautiful, Troy.
It is good.
Troy, your outfit, if I can just say, your outfit is not un-Jedi-like from this view up.
I mean, I'll say this. Listen, I'm not.
And your beard is very Jedi-like.
Very Jedi.
I'm not like Yoda. There's a lot of people who would kick Yoda out of Jedi school. This is the thing I've always said. Yoda's kind of Yoda's got a little gray Jedi. People don't realize that.
I agree. I would agree with that. Listen. This is a separate podcast. I can't get started.
Final thing I'll say about that: the higher up the mountain you go, the less room you got to wiggle, and so sometimes it looks like you're on thin ice with some of the stuff you're saying. Anyway,
Hey, you left him with
Hey.
a big one. Good.
Hey, so, all right. Listen, I hope you guys have a great trading day. Big day tomorrow. Please tune in. Share with your friends. Listen, absolutely just destroy that like and subscribe. I mean, I'm saying hit it with
Break your
everything you got.
keyboard. Break the
Just-
button
just-
on the screen.
Just no options involve risk. We are not liable for anything, but absolutely destroy your keyboard. Borrow your wife's keyboard. Just hit every keyboard in your house today. Just go for it.
That's right.
So that like and subscribe, and we will talk to you guys tomorrow. So I'll put some Microsoft stuff out here when it comes out. We'll look what it happened. So be in the
Yes,
post that
post that in the channel.
Yeah. All right, guys.